Hello. Greetings, everybody. How are we doing today? How are you doing? This is your girl, Instructor Nelly with a difference. And today I want to show you how to draft a basic gown from the beginning to the end. And the class is going to be divided into four. So I'll show you how to sew, how to cut, how to draft the pattern, and how to make the finishing clean. Okay. Okay, that being said, please, if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, like, and share. Watch the video from the beginning to the end, and you're on your way to becoming a fashion designer. That being said, let's get to the practical part of it. See you there. Measurement for now because I'm sewing this for myself. My armhole measurement is 18. 18 divided by 2 is what? 9. So, so from the top line here, okay, I'll measure down 9 inches from the top line, like so. Remember, this is always labeled as what? Top line. Always have that in mind. Then from the top line, you measure down 9 inches and mark. Come to this other side here. You measure 9 and mark. Once you've done that, get your ruler and connect both lines together. No, I have to use something to support this paper. Okay, that's the first line. So this will be labeled as what? Armhole. So our next measurement now is our shoulder to bust measurement. So my shoulder to bust measurement is 10. So the measurement is taken also from the top line here. Please pardon that situation there. So from the top line here, I will measure down 10 inches. When you follow the instructions, you get what I'm saying properly. 10 inches. Now connect both lines. Okay, so the next measurement that we'll be needing, I need this to support my paper. So you can label here as was S, shoulder to what? Bust. Then the next measurement that we need is our half length back and half length front. My half length back is 15.5, while my half length front is 16.5. So I'll mark both together. Both lines will be labeled as half length back, half length front. Okay, so the next measurement needed for the basic gown is our waist to hip measurement. My waist to hip measurement is 9, but this time around our measurement is taken from the half length back down. So this is my waist to hip measurement. So I've gotten the lines needed, which is my top line. From my top line, I measured down to get my armhole, shoulder to bust, half length back, half length front, and my waist to hip. So the next measurement needed for this, the next thing we have to do now is to apply our measurements on the lines achieved. I believe you can see what I'm doing. So what do we do next? The next measurement now is my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is, can use 16 for me. That's my back shoulder measurement, which is from one shoulder point to the other. I'll use 16. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So and then from the top line here, like so, I'll measure in 8 inches. You can work with your own measurement. Once that is achieved, the same measurement, which is this, I'll measure it on my armhole measurement. I just need this to support. It's disturbing. On the armhole, I'll also measure my 8 inches. So my next measurement now is my bust measurement. So you can work with your own bust measurement. My bust measurement is 43.5. 43.5 divided by 4 and is 10/6/8. So on the shoulder to bust measurement, I'll measure in like so, 10/6/8, and put a mark there. All right. The next measurement now is my waist measurement divided by 4. The waist measurement is 37. Please, you can work with your own measurement. 37 rather. 37 divided by 4. Everything I'm doing now is divided by 4 because it's a quarter pattern. The only thing that was divided by 2 was my shoulder measurement. So for my waist, I got 9/8. Now this measurement is taken on the half length front, like so. Okay, you can omit the half length back. It's not needed. So what we need next is our hip measurement. Our hip measurement will be measured on the waist to hip measurement. My hip is 45. You can as well divide yours by 4. So 45 divided by 4, 11/2/8. So I just make it manual so that you can follow up accordingly. 11/2/8. So the measurement will be done on the waist to hip measurement. So if you have achieved to this point, congratulations. Now let's connect the lines together. Okay, so here on this point here, you see what we'll do here. I'll be connecting from the waist, from the bust, point here. I'll connect to the waist, and then from the waist, I'll connect here to the hip. Wow, I have a bit of shape there. So this is just my basic measurements. I've not added extra ease to it so that it won't be too tight. I need ease to give me a bit of freedom. So what are the ease I need for this basic gown? Like so, here, on this point here, you measure out half an inch, which is 0.5, and just put a mark on the bust, shoulder to bust. Then on the half length front, you measure out 1 inch. Remember, here is half, here is 1. And then on the hip as well, you measure out 1 inch. Okay, once you follow the instructions, you understand what I'm doing. Now let's connect again. From here, you connect to the half length front, and then from here to the hip, just do the same thing. Now this is just the ease we've created for the gown. Now for the shoulder point here, Remember here we divided by, my shoulder measurement is divided by, I don't know if you can see that. My shoulder measurement here is divided by 2. Then I brought the same measurement here on the armhole. This, pardon, this paper, you know how they can be sometimes. So all I need now is to connect these two lines like so. Okay, good. Now, what we need to do is, you see this part here, we can actually extend it now to the armhole. Just connect down to the armhole like so. Well, this measurement was supposed to be taken here, so you can just as well take it up. Now, that being said, let's get to the armhole measurement and the neckline measurement. This is going to be very quick and simple. First and foremost, let's get the neckline. Now, the neckline is just going to be the basic neckline. Just going to be the basic neckline. So I'll work with 3.5 by 3.5 is the basic neckline. So for you to know your own neckline, the basic neckline, you can divide your bust measurements around by 8. You can do this if you are not certain about your neckline. You can say bust around. Okay, and you see that divided by 8. Now my bust around now is what? 43. 43.5. Now we divide it by what? 8 plus 1. You divide it by 8. The one you divide by 8, you plus by 1 again. Then divide it by 2. Whatever you have is what you use to get your own neckline. As for me, I'm going to use 3.5 by 3.5. So this is the calculation you need if you are not certain with the measurement you need for your neckline. Your bust around measurement, mine is 43.5. You use yours. Whatever you have, divide it by 8. Whatever you get, you plus it again. Plus 1. When you plus it by 1, whatever you get, you divide it again by 2. Then the answer is what you use for your neckline. I hope you understand that. So for me, I'll just do this 3.5 by 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, just use it to form a square. Forming a square with it. Okay, like so, and like so. Okay, you see what I've done? So you use your own measurement to form a square as well. That being said, let's get our shoulder slope. Our shoulder slope from this point here, you can label here as shoulder point, neck point rather, neck point. That's NP, and then here is the shoulder point, which is SP. Label it like that. Okay, here NP, SP. So on the NP, which is neck point, you come down from this point here by half an inch. And then on the shoulder point here, you come down here by 1 inch. Do you understand? Here is 1 inch. Here is half an inch. And then connect both lines together. Once you've connected both lines together, what we need to do next is find the midpoint of these two lines. What do? Just place your tape like this. From here to the shoulder point. Now fold your tape like so. Okay. Put a mark. Now this is the midpoint between the shoulder point and the armhole. Now move in on this part by half an inch. It's constant for everybody. Once you've done that, the next thing we need to do now is to draw our armhole. Our armhole, I don't have my curve ruler here with me, but it's better you have one. I can use my hand to get my armhole. So what I just need to do, I'll get a dot. You see what I'm doing? Follow instructions, please. You can use your curve ruler if you can't do this. Okay, once I've gotten that, I can now blend. Now remember, it's from here. I extended this up, this up. Then this measurement is supposed to be taken here and here, but it's fine. Just extend this up, and you still get the same result. Yeah, so that's the armhole. Now for the neckline, we can't leave it like this. We need to curve as well. We need to curve it as well. So how do we curve it? We do the same thing here. From here, we're moving by 1. Already we have a point here. All you need to do, just take a dark point, just like this, okay, and then blend it. So remember, this is just the basic neckline. I've not achieved the designed neckline. That being said, if you've gotten to this point, congratulations. Now let's move further. Now I have to shift this up a bit for you to understand our next measurement. Now the next thing here we need to do is to apply our dart, because it's a fitted garment. So all this we have created so far, we have to get rid of it with the dart. So that being said, what do you need is your apex. You know what apex measurement is? Your nipple to nipple measurement. If you follow my previous video, I've taught how to get your apex measurement or your bust span measurement. They are the same thing. Mine is 8. So I don't know what yours is. Use yours to get the dart measurement. So mine is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now, my 4, from here, I'll measure in 4 inches. Put a mark. I'll come to my half length front, 4 inches, like so. Put a mark. So I'll shift this a bit up. So I'll come down here to my hip measurement and put 4 inches. So it's just going to be a straight line. So let's connect from here to this point, and then you take this one here down. Okay, so once that is done, our dart measurement, which is constant for everybody now, is 1 inch. I'm going to work with. Just go for 1 inch. 1 inch divided by 2. So this is what I mean by 1 inch. From here to your 1 inch, just fold it together like so. You see, this is half. I'll measure it on both sides like so, just on this point here and here. Once you do that, it's totally okay. Then here, because we don't want the darts getting to the hip, you move up by the hip up 2 inches, which is constant for everybody. Now on this other side here, you move up as well 2 inches for our zip dart. Okay, so you have a straight line, and then from here, okay, you come down by 1 inches, because we don't want the dart getting to the bust point, and we don't want the dart stopping at the hip, so we have to move this. It's constant. We've achieved that. Now you connect to create the dart from here to here, here to here, here to here. Okay, so we've created a dart. Hope you understand what I'm doing. Now for the zip dart, which is also constant. I don't have a long roller, but we have to work with what I have. On the half length, I'm not using this, I'm using this. You move in by 1 inch and then connect the line from here to here, like so. You see it's stopping at this point. Then here you take it out. I'm supposed to use a long roller, but I don't have one for now. So you can do this. Just take a dab to be sure of what you're doing. Okay, then connect. Please, I prefer you use a long roller if you have one. If you don't have, then you can follow this. Okay, it's fine. So you've achieved it to this point. Congratulations. Okay, so now because it's a basic gown, what do I need to do next? We need to extend. If you've gotten to this point, now I need to extend the gown from the waist area to the desired length I need. So I'll need to add extra paper on this.